Hey guys, happy Thursday. Today I want to talk to you about binoculars. Follow me if you will. So we have a cabin and I get the biggest kick out of looking out, using our binoculars at the cabin. We have binoculars just about in every room of our house down there, of our cabin. So I'm always peeking in the binoculars to get a better view at, you know, a couple of turtles sunning themselves on a log, or you know, the bald eagle that comes back every year and has a nest in one of our trees, or the ducks that are on the lake, whatever. But I have the best time zooming in and zooming out with those binoculars and really getting a better picture of what's out there. So it's where I'm going with this today, is that we quite often I was thinking, as I'm looking through the binoculars on and off, about how important it is for myself and you to zoom in and zoom out of our lives to get a better perspective of what is going on. So many times we set goals. I'm a big goal setter. I think it's important to sort of know the direction that we're going in. And I tell my kids too, you know, be laser focused. If you've got a goal, then let's be laser focused. So when you set a goal, you have to sort of zoom in to get a closer look, or to really get a laser focus on what you want to accomplish, and then do the actions that help you accomplish that. So you're zooming in to look at the details and really have a sharper focus. And the truth of the matter is sometimes zooming in on your life means that you're just doing the day-to-day grind, the trivial, menial stuff. But sometimes it helps to zoom out so that you can see where you're going and get a bigger perspective. And then sometimes that means that you tweak your plans every now and then, or you be a little bit more patient every now and then. So as you're making, you know, just your ordinary to-do list, or your time blocking on your calendar, or you're making appointments, paying your bills, going to meetings, every once in a while you have to step back and zoom out a little bit and check out that big picture. So here are some, I'm going to sneeze in a second, by the way. Here are some great things about zooming in, and some great things about zooming out, and some not so good things about both. So when you zoom in on your life, and believe me guys, when I hop on live, I am not acting like I have it all together. I am a work in progress. So having said that, when I zoom in on my life, I get a closer look. I get to look at the details about what's going on. I get to focus on what's right, what's going in the right direction. But sometimes when we focus so much, we can get a little narrow-minded. We can start focusing on the bad. So that's why it's important. I can't believe I haven't sneezed yet, because I really got to sneeze. That's why it's important to zoom out every once in a while. So here are the benefits of zooming out. Zooming out helps you to see the big picture. It helps you to be open-minded, because you're looking at the big picture of your life. Things might not be going in exactly the way you want them to go, but you see the big picture. Zooming out also helps you to be open to possibilities. You are not so focused on the day-to-day that you are able to focus on the what-ifs, the possibilities, and that will help you to be more patient. Now here's the bad part about zooming out all the time. When you zoom out, you're going to miss the subtleties, the little nuances. So you can see why it's really important to be laser focused and zooming in on your life from time to time and putting yourself under a microscope. Who am I hanging around with? What kind of a job am I doing? Am I doing it well? Am I being resilient? But it's also important to zoom out every once in a while so that you can get through those times of impatience. I'm not where I want to be right now. I just want to quit. Why did I ever start this in the first place? Zooming out puts things in perspective. Now, I am a huge picture person, and so here is a great example to sort of dumb it down for you and to dumb it down for myself. So I love putting jigsaw puzzles together. In fact, I have a jigsaw puzzle on my table that's been there for 4 months. Yes, I'm about ready to just scrunch it all up and put it away, but I'm not a quitter, so I won't do it. But I work on these jigsaw puzzles in the winter when it gets dark at 5 and it's cold and I don't like being outside. But it's summer now, or it's acting like summer. So I haven't been working on this jigsaw puzzle, so it's sort of a thorn in my side at this point. But here's a great example about zooming in and zooming out. When you start a puzzle, what do you usually do? You look at the box and you say, okay, I got a perspective of what this puzzle is supposed to look like. You know, trees are on this side, there's a big house over here, there's a street here, and so on. You're zooming out because you're looking at the big picture. But you can't constantly be looking at the big picture while you're putting the puzzle together. The next step is to zoom in on the little pieces. So you might make a pile of all the dark greens and the blues for the sky and the blacks for the road, whatever. You're zooming in and looking at details. And that's what you start to put together to form this big picture. Now, it gets better. What happens when you're putting a puzzle together sometimes? You start to get so overwhelmed by all these things in front of you, these little pieces, that you're like, I can't take it anymore. So if you're like me, you walk away, you say, I'm done putting the puzzle together for the next couple of hours or the next day, the next night, and then you come back to it, and what happens? All of a sudden you're like, well, this piece goes here, this one goes here, these two go here, and oh my gosh, you're putting your puzzle together again. So that is a little analogy of this zooming in and zooming out of your life. So again, I'm not an expert, but I thought I'd got another call coming in just to give you a little shot in the arm, a little hug, virtual hug, to say, listen, if you are frustrated and you aren't sure exactly where your life is going, or it's not necessarily going in the direction as fast as you want it to, it's okay. Take a step back. Zoom out a little bit and look at the big picture. Don't get so frustrated with all the little wrongs that are happening immediately. Tweak it now and then, but always keep your eye on the big picture, and you got this. So anyway, that's my message today. If you got any value out of this and you think that this would be a great video for somebody else to see, then pass it on, please. I appreciate you watching, and have a great afternoon. Thanks.